today I am going to get a Vagacial. Crystal here from Elite Hair Care USA, Elite Total Body Care, private label hair care company, and Crystal W Online. So today I am going to get a Vagacial. A lot of you don't know what a Vagacial is, so I'll break it down really quick. A Vagacial is basically exactly what the word sounds like. It's two words: a vaginal facial. Take off the face, because it's not the face. You're getting a spa treatment of the front of the vajayjay. There we go. So with that being said, Vagacials are known. A lot of people know about them. Some people don't. If you get waxed, Vagacials are probably going to be your best friend. If you shave, Vagacials can also be your best friend. It's just really a part of pampering and self-care. Me personally, I get waxed, and I have an issue with ingrowns. And with Crystal being pregnant at this point, yeah, you can't really see the vajayjay as good as you'd like. So that is the reason why I get a Vagacial once a month. You guys know that I am away. So I decided to book a Vagacial while I was away. Because the ingrowns are intense. Like, you can't focus. You really just can't even like try to wrap your mind around it, because those ingrown hairs are they throb. They literally throb. They literally need help. So I decided to book with a company here by the name of Lyse Zen Beauty Studio. It's located in, let me make sure that I have the address right. She is, what city is this? I'll tell you guys in just a second. There we go. She's in Alexandria, Virginia. Let me give you guys an update so far. I booked my Vagacial at about 9 o'clock at night a couple days ago. Within about 30 minutes, I get a text message from who I assume is the owner, or my technician. And I know it's a her, it's not a him. She basically was asking me some questions, which I will tell you guys exactly the questions that were asked. So here, it said, good evening, Crystal. Hope all is well, and I look forward to seeing you soon. That was really welcoming to me. It was very warm, because I'm like, okay, most places you go and book this, you don't hear from these people. You probably don't even know anything about them until you get there. So that just kind of just made me know, okay, well, number one, this person definitely cares about their business. And I was just like, okay, great. So after that, it says, I was looking over your form, because when you book with Lyse Zen, there's a form that you have to complete where basically it's asking you questions. Sorry if the camera's moving, you guys. And it was asking questions about, you know, if you're taking certain medications, if you've had any type of waxing done before, like current questions. So it said, I was looking over your form. I wanted to double check if you're already waxed and your main concern is ingrowns. I can call you tomorrow if you would like. Mind you, this is 11 p.m. at night. I was awake. Some people might take it into offense. I really didn't care. I was awake. So I responded back and I said, yes, I got waxed about 2 weeks ago, and I have ingrowns that definitely need extracting. If you have gone to some of these commercial wax places like European Wax Center, a lot of these places now, they don't do extractions. Mind you, the problem that you're having is coming from something that they're doing, right? So the problem that you're having is coming from the technique of the person that's doing the waxing. So with that being said, I was like, okay, you know, now I have to get this additional service, because sometimes you're just that person that gets the ingrown. So then the response was, okay, perfect. I can help you with ingrowns. It's my specialty. By that point, I'm like, Lord, I got 2 days, and I'm gonna survive for these 2 days. I'm gonna survive to get this done within that 2 days. So I'm here now. I am getting ready to leave to go to my appointment. Unfortunately, I'm not going to show y'all the Vagacial. I know y'all want to see the cha-cha, but I'm not going to show it to you. I'm just playing, you guys. But I'm going to definitely get her permission to film so you guys can see the room itself. And then I will give you guys my honest review when we're done. Okay, so we're going to head over there now. The next part of the video, it will basically be all about the service and if it's a yay or nay. So let's go. All right, guys, so I'm back at the hotel. So let's talk about my experience getting my Vagacial from Lyse Zen Beauty. First things first, when I got there, it was very easy to find. It wasn't confusing at all. When I got into the building, I met the actual person who was doing the Vagacial, which, come to find out, her name is Lyse, Lyse Zen Beauty. She introduced herself. She was super professional. She introduced herself and she basically was like, since you're a new client, I'm going to go over everything before we even get started. So by her saying that, I'm thinking she's just like going to tell me what we're going to do real quick and we're done. But she was super thorough. She let me know how her protocols work in regards to her disinfecting. She told me basically she is a germaphobe. She does not touch things with her bare hands. She uses popsicle sticks to take product out so she's not cross-contaminating with the same fingers that she used from a client before. Anything that she used, she will show you what she's using so you never have a question of what did she put on me. None of that. Like, she was very professional. She was playing great music. She had a lot of good energy. So it brought down my anxiety because remember, you got somebody looking at your area when you're doing this thing, right? So basically she gave me instructions of what to do. I was telling her about the ingrowns and waxing, and basically she gave some really good tips in regards to waxing. She's like, listen, you should not be getting ingrowns every time you get waxed. There's a lot of great waxers out there. And she really just kind of gave a lot of information in regards to the skin. And she informed me that, you know, even though it's the vajayjay is skin, just like any other skin that you have on your body. So she's like, you know, her products that she uses, she's very specific about her products. And she specifically said, listen, I charge the way I charge because I don't use shitty products. And when she said that, I said, okay, I like her. I like her. And just by her saying that, you know, I could tell that she took a lot of pride in her products because she had them all laid out in the room. Anything that she used on me, she's giving me the benefits of it. She told me what to stay away from. She actually gave me directions to do more than what I've been told to do by the waxers. She's like, listen, you need to be exfoliating every day. But she's like, what you exfoliate with is really what makes the difference. So I've been telling her what I do when I exfoliate. I exfoliate like twice a week. She's like, no, you need to exfoliate every day. And that is going to get those broken hairs and all of that stuff basically to come out so that you don't have so many ingrowns all the time. And she told me that I probably need to try a new waxer because ingrowns come from the technique of the wax, not just the skin itself. Being a hairstylist, I know this, right? I know this because I'm a hairstylist, but I don't specialize in chocha. I specialize in hair, but I never cross the two together. So to hear this from another professional and to get the education that I would potentially give to another client, and she's giving it to me, I took that as really good information. So she started out by doing a really good cleansing. Now, when you do a Vagacial, you guys, I'm going to use this candle as the vajayjay, okay? So the gold part is the front of the vajayjay, and then, you know, down here is the area, the fold, the vulva, all that stuff, right? The Vagacial is happening in this area only. So she's not going into the fold. You know, she's not going into the intimate area where really you shouldn't be going into anyway, because that area is not supposed to be touched by a lot of things, including products. So the Vagacial that she gave, it was all on the surface level, and she used this really nice brush. And it's a mechanical brush, like an electric brush, and her cleanser. And one thing I can say, she put all of her products in individual cups. So before we even started, she put her gloves on and she dispensed all of the different products that she was using into little cups. So she was never reaching into another product. She was never touching a bottle and squishing it down. Mind you, if that's the case, she's touching these things multiple times, and then you're transferring this bacteria, because bacteria is everywhere, onto the client. So she had everything in little cups. It was very, very clean, very sterile. I felt very at ease. We're in a very private setting. It's an intimate setting. We didn't have to worry about anyone opening the door. She was very precise on the instructions, and all the way through, the information that she was giving was super valuable to me. Okay. So the cleanser that she used, which I'll go back, the cleanser that she was using, it was on a mechanical brush. And every time I asked her, she'd bring out some different tool, and I'm like, what's that? And she was so patient because she would answer each time. She's like, listen, that's this. And I'm like, okay, because I'm in the beauty industry too. So when I'm thinking of hearing, like I'm hearing this from another person, I'm like, well, this is nice. I like being explained to. I like being told why and what and how. So it was very refreshing to get that from her, because you don't necessarily get that all the time. People just want to get you in and get you out. Well, she was in no haste to pump me in and out. Okay. So anyhow, after she cleansed the surface level, we're going to call it the surface level of the vajayjay. After she cleansed the surface level, I'm sure there is an actual name for it, but I don't know. She then started with extractions. The extractions. Like, she was so precise on the extractions. She even basically explained to me how extractions are supposed to work. Like, she's like, some people want to break the skin to get that hair out, when you shouldn't break the skin. There's some extractions or some ingrowns that you can take right now. Others that you don't take right now. You don't mess with them, because the more you pick at them, the more you cause pigmented scars or hyperpigmentation or scarring. And I was telling her, I'm like, listen. She's like, you've been picking. And I'm like, no, I've been scratching. There's a difference. The hair is growing out and it itches. if it itch, it itch. So it's just like, you're at your skin like, oh, that itch. So when I said it to her, we burst out laughing. She's like, listen, you cannot do that. You are going to cause scarring. You're going to cause blemishes. That is why you see people with blemishes on their chochas, because they are picking at things, and now that's causing a permanent scar. Then that causes hyperpigmentation over that scar and all over the other places too. Different things that we use, whatever. So when she said that, she's like, listen, you need to exfoliate more. And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, I manual exfoliate. I was very confident when I said this. I'm like, I manual exfoliate. She's like, no. She's like, you need to exfoliate every single day. I know there's people that tell you to exfoliate like 2 times a week. She's like, you need to exfoliate every day. Then she broke down her method that she uses at home. Mind you, she waxes herself. Boy. She waxes herself. That is intense. Okay, the anxiety for me would be through the roof. But she invited me to come back to try a wax with her, because she says that her ultimate goal is to give you a painless, or as painless as possible, experience. And I really like that too, because a lot of times you go to these waxers and they just want to get you in and out. And at the end of the day, they don't think about the anxiety that's building up, knowing that this is a delicate space. So she recommended 2 products to me. I'll show you guys the 2 products that I ended up getting. So number 1 is a detox polish. This is a actual moisturizer for the bikini line. Okay. Like, she's like, listen, you have to start moisturizing down there. I moisturize down there, but I use oil. Come to find out, you shouldn't actually be using coconut oil or any of those types of oils, because they are cloggers and then they cause other problems. So she allowed me to test these 2 products out, which this one was the one that really caught my eye first. This is a daily exfoliator for the bikini line. And it's specific for the bikini line. So when she gave me a sample of it, she let me rub it on the back of my hand, and it had a very smooth feel. It still had those exfoliating, I don't want to say beads, I don't know what to call it, the grit. But it wasn't super thick and it wasn't really tiny. and it washed off, it wiped off really, really easy. So I was definitely sold, because I'm like, okay, I need to start exfoliating more then, because clearly manually exfoliating every 2 days or 2 days a week is not really helping me, especially for those of you who like to wax. I've gotten accustomed to waxing now. I actually like the waxing because it lasts a lot longer. The hair comes back thinner. Now, she gave me some more good deeds. She gave me another good deed. She's like, listen, most people tell you to wait 4 weeks. She's like, I wax every 2 weeks. With me waxing every 2 weeks, I now have a less painful experience because I don't have as much hair, but I have enough hair. And I said, okay, so I go every 4 weeks on the date. Outside of the actual service, I really enjoyed just the conversation. I felt like she was super knowledgeable about everything. The products were moderately priced, to be quite honest. This one was $11, which is the daily moisturizer. And she also was, just like she said, a little goes a long way. This one was $22, in which I actually purchased the smaller one, and she upgraded me as a courtesy, which was very kind of her. Don't expect that to happen, you guys. That was just very kind of her at that moment. But me personally, you know, I was okay with getting this size. And, you know, she was just very sincere in everything that she did, how she spoke to me. She just had a really good energy. She had a great vibe, just a great vibe. And when you're dealing with someone's intimate areas and you're dealing with someone in an intimate setting like that, you really don't want somebody who has a bad vibe and don't know what they're doing. And I feel like she's super professional and she knows her stuff. She definitely knows her stuff. So shout out to Lyse Zen Beauty. Let me say it right. Shout out to Lyse Zen Beauty. And I'm going to actually put her contact details down in the description box for you guys who are maybe in the Virginia area. She's in Alexandria, Virginia, which from where I am, it took me 12 minutes to get to her. From DC, it was maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes. But it was definitely worth it. So if you are in this little corridor of the world, or you reside in this area and you are into waxing or anything, she does all of that. She does waxing, facials. She is a master esthetician. Let me give the girl her flowers, because she did say that to me at the beginning. She is a master esthetician who has learned from a master esthetician. And baby, she knows her stuff. She knows her stuff. So shout out to Lyse Zen Beauty, because I keep having to make sure that I don't mess up her business name. But shout out to Lyse, super sweet, super duper sweet, super knowledgeable. It's just super, okay? And you guys know I don't do review videos on people. So I felt compelled to do this review video on her because it was just that great. It really was. And I went in as a paying customer. I didn't go in, oh, hey, let me do a video on you and you do services for free. Absolutely not. It was just on my heart at the end. And I'm like, I'm going to do a video because I feel like she needs to be highlighted because she's that bomb. Okay. So everybody in the DC area, you guys book with her. I will put her booking information in the chat. In the description box below. I'll also put her Instagram name for you guys to go check her out. You guys just show her some love. Show her love because she is awesome. Awesome. And by showing love, I mean book an appointment. Okay. Thanks, guys. Peace.